What's up, citizen? Welcome to our podcast show, the Powerhouse Show. And my name is Gideon Degwa, with my co-host
Nyaga, aka General.
Yes. And this podcast, we normally discuss conversation on political conversation, what's happening in our country and the environments around us, the trendings in our society, and of course trying to look these happenings on a third eye, and of course engaging different people, experts, and who shall be giving us more insights on different topics across the world and our environment. So today we want to look at the 2024. We are continuing with the conversation, the 2024 happenings. If you didn't watch our previous podcast, please just go and look at it. And we want to jump in straight in from where we left. So last time we were discussing the finance bill, and where we left is on the Gen Z protest, and which indeed was a very big thing, as we also Sabasaba has happened, Azimio protest has happened, the king of maandamano Baba himself has happened, but in all those maandamanos, none has ever managed the level that Gen Z reached. What could have been different with these organic protests?
I think mini expert pia nimesikia umesema expert.
Not so expert.
Not so
expert, yes.
I'm expert in maandamano and other chaos. So this thing ikianza initially it was very good, like I was trying to tell you off the camera. Ilikuwa mzuri, ni kulingana na mimi ilikuwa mzuri until ilifika mahali, which I agree, ilipea hata wanasiasa wengine wenye wako kwa gava to have that strength ya kusema hii ni siasa, kuna mtu ameingililia, sijui si kitu genuine hiyo, because it is not the maandamano that started the first 2 or 3 days. Ilikuwa very cool. No wonder Kimani was saying wanachukua picha wanaingia KFC. It was very cool. Sijui ama walikuwa wanaingia KFC, but kwani hata ukiingia KFC, kwani mtu wa KFC hafai kufanya maandamano? So wakazilishwa na gava akae. No problem, kama aliwaona wakiingia KFC ni sawa. Maandamano is a right of every person. So it was very cool until sasa watu wenye walikuwa unaonekana kwa kamera juu TV, kila mtu alikuwa glued kwa TV. Bana, yes. Unaona Mzito huyu ako ni 38 years. Na hapo ujinga ni anasema Gen Z tumeamua. So have the actions comparing the first 2 days na the action that followed thereafter. Those there. Hizo zilikuwa kali. Hiyo mambo, yani ukiangalia maandamano ya Mzito ya baba na kenye kiliapen after those 3 days hivi, sasa kukaingililia watu nasema inakaa ni ukweli. This is picha ya baba inajichora kila mahali. This is baba's people. Kuchoma
this is how we do it.
This hata nakumbuka
this is how maandamano.
Nakumbuka jamaa yule wa nini, yule wanakuanga na ni wapi huko kwa field huko bunge la wananchi. Mosh one now. Wakisema hii ni maandamano gani bila tear gas? So I think from there tear gas zilianza kulia for a purpose vizuri sana, and the people who are engaged in those maandamano, they did weird things that we don't think that was the plan of the real Gen Z maandamano.
And who
so to my picture naweza sema, just like I'm saying, picha ya baba inajichora, yani I can take 2 people. One, baba, for this one reason. After kulichacha and then the government decided to look for baba. How come siyo maandamano ilianza kutulia, ikaanza kufade away, and why after ameingia gava sasa kunaanza kukaa ni kama ile picha ya maandamano inaanza kurudi nyuma, kunakaa kama kumetulia. So it was like these people, the Gen Z, felt disappointed. That disappointed came because I know it was a good boost to them. Maybe they could not reach those extents of kufanya those things, kuiba gas, kuchomoa vitu, ku burn everything, hata ku invade the parliament, but they were just in good faith asking for their right. But in a way, hata kama ilikuwa mbaya, they felt boosted. And when that thing faded away, they felt hapana, yani ni kama wamerudishwa chini. So I would say Baba benefited because why is he in government, then all of a sudden atimbaka Ruto anamsupport AU, a person who was alikuwa anatukana na yeye huku akisema ni analeta maandamano. Then wa pili ni Rigiji kumechacha. Ruto anapeana press conference, ameisha nguvu, anaonekana pale ameisha nguvu kabisa, anasema these people anarchy will be stopped. Then the Rigiji all of a sudden anaacha Ruto anapeana press conference State House.
Yeah, kwa State House Mombasa.
Yeah, kwa yake huko Mombasa atina anapeana immediately akisema na nilisema
after the president.
Yeah, so it comes with a lot of question, no matter how politically inaweza kuwa inasafishwa, but those are the siasas that there's very genuine people who start a good cause in this country. Yes. But siasa inajanga inaharibu kila kitu na inafanya kitu.
May believe the burning of the parliament and building at some part of parliament that got burned and city hall. I don't think that Gen Z did that because Gen Z, they had the money.
Yes.
They had as Ishunga was saying, they were coming using Ubers and entering KFC and taking selfie with an iPhone. So they had the money. Yeah, so if they wanted to ban parliament, parliament could have been burnt to ashes because they managed to enter to parliament. Kwani kununua petroli ni how much? They could have burnt the parliament.
Watu wanaingia KFC.
Yes. So they if they wanted to do it, they could have done it. So this issue of saying, the Gen Zs are that,
wow.
It's not them. I don't believe that was Gen Z.
Wow. So,
and the other thing is, the government, I believe the government does not, the current government now, does not want to take responsibility. They always try to look for someone to blame.
That is a must.
You see, they start saying Ford Foundation. The Ford Foundation has funded this Gen Z protest. A few months later, you find our president
with the
founder of Ford Foundation. Then you ask yourself, now who is the fool now? Is it us or is it you? Then other time you blame Rigiji. Other time you say it's Uhuru Kenyatta. So you don't really look at why are these people protesting. Leave alone who is funding them. But what's the cause of why are we protesting? Why are this young generation are so agitated with this government that all the world is nothing to do with it?
The finance bill. I think the aim is always there is a crisis. We must solve it in whichever way. Hata kama tutawekelea Kangboy, it's a must. Kama hiyo ndio itawork, tutoke kwa hii situation. That is how they do. So that's why they come.
Purposes, some people call me Kangboy. So for a few
actually, I have another friend of mine called Kangboy. I was not referring to you. So unapata they can blame anybody. If blame game ndio itasaidia, then they do it so that tutoke hapa, tufanye mambo yetu, tuendelee next. So that's why waliangalia if working with Baba itatusaidia mahali, we don't care. Leta Baba, analeta watu wengine wanne, tufute wengine, leta huyo mtu tutafuta, because like ni ngumu, like why would you mtu kama Mithika Linturi, I don't trust the level of education of that man. I don't think he should hold a CS anyway, but he is a billionaire.
But he went through the vetting process and he was cleared by the parliament.
Siasa took the better part of it. Huyo jamaa.
But there are some people. Let me quote what Bandi said. Ruto was his skunk. Give him his skunk.
So, okay, my point was like kufuta Mithika, it is a painful thing to Ruto. It's not easy kwa sababu what, despite him being non-performer, bana amekutoa kwa mavumbi, mumekuwa na yeye, mumelimwa na yeye. But for you to solve this situation,
now who do you blame? Who do you blame? See, it's you blame Ruto. You are the one who brought him to that position to become the CS.
But
you know very well he does not qualify to be a CS.
But me, I'm not even blaming Ruto on that person. I'm just trying to put myself in the shoes of Ruto. How these politicians do whatever even that harm them so that they can solve that situation. Because to me, I think that is a friend to him. He should not have gone home anyway. Keeping all the other factors constant. Like
he should have been retained.
Politically, like, ni kama hata sahi yeye kufuta. Unaona anashindwa kufuta Murkomen. The whole ground inamchukia like Maringo, sasa Jubelt gani. But kwa sababu ya hiyo political closeness unapata.
No, I don't think firing Murkomen could have agitated Kalenjin. If that's what
it's about him and not hata Linturi haina shida. It's between Linturi himself and
Ruto the person.
So it's like a friend of mine ndio ni solve this situation. Unaweka friend yangu kando, manzi ni solve. However he is going to behave against me, I don't care, but I must solve.
Because of their political history.
That is because they have come from far. Like Ndwale, you can imagine Ruto leo asimame aseme Ndwale nimefuta. It can be tough. Atujui venye watu wa Garissa watabehave, but for him hata the whole country knows bana huyu ni mtu wako wa mkono jameni.
But they say in politics there is no permanent.
So sometimes they take
permanent enemy.
Yeah, but sometimes you find unaona they take any action no matter what to solve the situation, kills zenye ziko kwa nje, and that's why he had to take Baba and his people and everything to solve. But all the same, the maandamano of Gen Z, in conclusion, tungeenda na hiyo pace yao, I think we would have achieved more than even banning that parliament. We would have achieved more if we followed that protocol, because hata hiyo venye walikuwa wamekuja na hiyo njia, the government had no even purpose ya kurusha tear gas. Like they are just cool, they are demanding for their right. Tungeendelea hiyo na hiyo pace, maybe tungefika mahali pazuri sana. It is a country where people want to see things done. A country where people are demanding,
not only done, being done the right way,
and people are demanding their right in a very peaceful way, and they are asking you, fanya hivi, sisi hatuna shida lakini fanya hivi, sisi hatuna shida, toa hii kitu yote, tafuta njia nyingine. It was very cool until politics ikaingia ndani, na when the politics from outside came in, then hao ndani pia wakaona waweke yao ndani, sasa wakaharibu, ikakuwa ni siasa against siasa, and they solved that thing politically.
So talking of Baba, and
he's running for
invading the
government,
Gen Z, coming in and trying to form all sorts of confusion to this movement. Now he came in, he got his people, the Oparanya, the
Joho,
the Sultan himself, Opiyo Wandayi, who was right now, I don't think he has his own brains right now. He's running with the brains of
Oguda
Kasongo himself. Because whatever Kasongo says, he goes. That's now, talking about Baba. Now Baba has come in. He has been promised the position of the AU.
Addis.
So now, for me personally, what I think, by the fact that Baba is Kenyan, he should win the position. But the reasoning behind why he's going for that position, it's not something that I agree with, because him being forwarded for that position is a political move, which is local.
It's a local political move.
It's a local political move. But just for the fact of he's Kenyan, he has the Kenyan flag. Mi naona huyu ni kama Kemboi, ni wetu, let him run, I'm supporting him. But the reasoning behind it, I don't agree with it. Because there are so many Kenyans who qualify to be the BAU chairman. But why pick Baba and the convenient time of picking him?
Okay, for me, picking Baba, there are some things gava iliangalia. Ikaangalia experience na kujua the governance of the whole Africa.
Really?
Yes, like Baba has been around for long.
I don't agree with that.
That is one thing. You see, there's some time unaangalia candidate when una deal na wao.
Even PLO has a lot of
PLO has just traveled around Nigeria. One is pits za PLO zinaonanga tu akiongea Kiswahili hapa Tanzania, sijui kwa hall ya nini ya president, then Nigeria talking about food.
In terms of qualification, there are so many Kenyans.
And again, PLO is always telling
okay,
Kenyans,
give Baba his flowers.
let me give Baba his flowers. Not even giving him his flowers. Najaribu kuangalia why they pick Baba. You asked me why.
Why? Yes.
This could be the reason. Number one, they wanted a strong candidate, leave alone physically. Wachana na physical.
Physically is not strong.
Yeah, he may not be strong. He can sleep in a time during speeches. If your speech is not politically motivated, he will sleep.
He goes to slumber.
Yeah, he goes to slumber. I don't know how he hold meetings, but it's okay. Maybe when he's talking, he talks more so that he doesn't sleep.
Jeshi ya Baba, these are his comments.
But we as proud Baba supporters.
Allegedly.
You
have to put the word allegedly. Baba sleeps in meetings. Allegedly.
Yeah, people say that. The likes of Riggy G. So, they yet to see ni nani a strong candidate. To me, Baba is a strong candidate compared to the other candidates that were presented. In terms of, ni kama kuleta mpaka intimidation. You see, hata kwa board.
I agree. Is in infrastructure.
Yeah.
Experience na AU.
Nakumbuka nikianza kuwatch ball juu sijaanza mapema. Kuna time Manu iliregister nani? Pogba. Na ule jamaa alikuwa na nywele zilikuwa anafunga hivi, alikuwa Ibrahimovic. At one time. Hiyo ni wazee bado. Wakuwa ati wadogo. But hiyo inaleta tension, yani ni kama kuleta Cristiano Ronaldo na Messi. They are wazee, lakini wote unaleta Arsenal wazini. Msipokuwa strong mtakuwa destabilized hata kiakili like wow,
because of the experience.
Yes, yani mtakuwa hizi timu zingine zitaogopa, but later on you realize if you give yourself ukijikakamua, there is just a player like any other. But for that reason, so that you can pick the seat or maybe a ball so that you can take the kikombe, you may try to bring that intimidation factor. So that Baba comes with a lot of intimidation to other nini. Because Baba can give you the history of any country you want. From Kwame Nkrumah, where he was born and how he was raised, he can tell you.
Who?
Baba,
how he was born. Oh,
yes.
Kwame Nkrumah.
Yes, he can tell you
how Kwame Nkrumah was born.
Raised. Yeah, where he was born. Baba can tell you even.
Really?
Yes. He can tell you how they used to take tea with Mobutu Sese Seko. He's just that informed. I don't know where he get the story from, but because of his age, you may think that he knows what he's saying, and you have to agree because of his age. With such types of intimidation and knowing, and also I take the part that he knows Africa in a better way than those other candidates.
Me, I think he was chosen because of the local politics. Just remove him out of the equation of 2027.
But not necessarily benefiting Kenyans, but also it comes with a lot of benefit to the East African community, the Jumuiya.
But I don't think Ruto was looking at that.
First, he wanted to solve his problem.
His problem.
Yeah, that one I agree.
So that's the core and the main.
But I don't think Baba was just told kuja. He also wanted it. Ni vile aliambiwa naweza kukusaidia sasa hiyo kitu ungetaka kupata. I don't think he was just forced by Zakayo to come and nataka kupeleka AU. He didn't wanted it. Maybe hata kama kungekuwa na maandamano na iendelee, bado ungemuona akiitisha. But that helping hand ya Gava inamsaidia because I believe hata hizi trip ana make anaambia Zakayo leta kitu hapa.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's financial.
So alone
he is the candidate for
Kenya, yeah. So Kenya must do something. If kama mnamsupport nyinyi wenye mmetuletea.
But the thing that I don't understand, who chooses who is going to go for that position?
The president.
No,
The
it's
head
not
of
the elections. Now, locally, let's say Tanzania want to front a candidate. Who chooses which candidate are we going to front?
As a country or as a
Yes,
jumuiya?
as a country. Like, who said it's going to be Raila Amolo Odinga who is going to represent Kenya? That's what I'm asking.
Of course, it must come from the government, it's not from the people. If you wanted me to tell you it is from the people, this has nothing to do with the people. These are government politics, national, international politics. So I don't think that the Zakayo need opinion from Kirinyaga. Timunaona baba aje? It is about him now telling the government has come up with this and these are the benefits. And it's not only Kenya he is trying to convince, remember?
Yes.
He's trying to convince
that means
people from
any other Kenyan who qualify to be an AU representative but does not have Ruto's number. That means that Kenyan can never.
But Ruto's number is phone number or population?
Phone number.
No, it's not.
Because we are saying
there are very
it's
many
the
people.
government who fronts this candidate.
Okay, before
right?
Baba,
Assume you as Daniel Nyaga, you want to become the EU chair. You have all the qualifications. You have the experience. Maybe you have been businessman. You have been, visiting across this Africa. You are academically qualified to become the AU, but you have never met the president of the Republic of Kenya. Does it mean that that position can never be given to you because you don't know the president?
I will answer you this one. Don't take it easy. Look at the candidate that were presented. Candidate wenye walikuwa hapo is either you are a former president
or a CS.
or a CS or foreign affairs
Yes.
like Mudavadi. Because in that position you get a chance to interact with many international figures. And that is where the experience is coming from. So nitakuuliza tu, before Baba ulikuwa umesikia nani mwingine anataka?
Exactly, no one knows.
So na Baba alikuwa anataka, so he went for a helping hand from Ruto na waka agree. So hakuna mtu ameumizwa, sijasikia mtu amesema bwana hiyo kitu nilikuwa nataka wakapea Baba.
You see, like, let's say for example, in Uhuru's time,
It was nani?
Amina.
Yes, who was he?
Who decided that Amina is going to raise the flag
Because
for
ni
this
Gava,
country?
Uhuru ndio walikuwa nasukuma.
Exactly, that's my point.
And
Why should it be that it's only the president who can determine who is going to raise this flag?
because the candidature of that nini is to that level. Unaangalia wenye walipresentiwa. Because you cannot just be a
That thing is
businessman.
not democratic.
And that's why they don't require wananchi involving in that.
And that's why it's very easy. Anyway, that's why it's very easy for Raila to be removed out of equation for 2027. But anyway,
He can, maybe if we win. If he doesn't win, he will ask for another chance.
so if he doesn't win, Raila will be in the ballot.
Raila cannot give up. Maybe on his deathbed.
What if he wins and still comes back?
He cannot.
How long does it take for
4 years.
4 years? He will be how old?
I think now he's...
He will have served how
He's
many years?
83.
3 years.
eh,
So he will only be remaining with 1 year for him to vacate the office. What makes you think Baba cannot come back? You know, Baba since he was born, his dream
Because-
has always been to become the president of the Republic
Because he
of
can
Kenya,
really- but-
not to become the president of Africa.
but it can be real. He got a chance ya re-election. So I don't think he will.
Because let me ask you, during Uhuru's time, by the time Uhuru was fronting Amina, Baba was still alive. And Baba, you want to tell me he didn't want that position? And he was the infrastructure.
You see, it is a decision made there. And maybe yeye hakuwa anataka. You cannot ask me whether I didn't know.
That's my point.
Unajua unaangalia-
How comes sahi ndo ameitaka
That is a question that he can well answer.
he himself?
Yeah.
For me, I believe amechezwa hapo just to be removed in the equation.
In the equation. And
To
as
seven.
Baba, if he's in his thinking right, I would take that. I would take that. Yeah. Because
For me, if I were him, I would not have taken it. Look at it this way. Ruto got 7.2 million votes. Out of these 7.2 million votes, 47% came from the mountain. Now, this 47% is out as we speak. It's gone. As a how that is gone. Raila, how much did he get? 6.9?
it was
or 7.1?
7.7. Yeah, 6.9. Then
He lost with a very minimal margin of around 200,000 only votes. So only what Raila needs for him to become president is just to retain his constituents and take some bit of the mountain. That's all. And he will take that election 6 asubuhi.
You may find it utaichora hivyo lakini wewe ndio unaichora. Politics is dynamics.
It's very dynamic, but looking at the reality, Kasongo 47% is gone.
As per now, you don't know 2 years.
As per now.
Yeah, 2 years are many.
That's what I'm saying. What Raila could have done is just to maintain his constituents. Nyanza will automatically vote for him. True or false? Western majority will vote for him. He still commands the majority. Right? Enda kule coast.
But
He still commands the majority. In Nairobi, Baba got the majority of votes compared to Kasongo.
kitu nitakwambia.
So all what Baba wanted or what could have done is just to maintain the constituents that he had in 2022 election and just garner some bit because Kasongo has lost his 47%.
Nikakuuliza Kasongo kushinda, you want to peg it permanently ni juu alipigiwa na Wakikuyu.
Yes.
That is the ile kitu inadanganya Wakenya hapa nje. There is something.
It's the truth. The numbers do not lie.
Kuna kitu.
Do you want to tell me
No,
if
deep along
Kikuyu voted for Raila, Kasongo could have won? He could not have won.
Deep along the numbers, I'm telling you. Kuna kitu ina happening, Raila anakuwa na number, but kuna kitu ina happening within his number that is not right. Otherwise hata hii yenye imepita, Raila had the numbers.
Yes.
Probably watu wake hawavoting vizuri.
Exactly.
So Raila is not a fool. He knows the pattern of these people.
Yes.
So
he knows
this is a seat imekuja on a silver platter. Let me go for it. Sijui venye kutakorogwa next. And this na nimeishi kuipigania si mara ya kwanza naenda, mara kama more than 5.
Yes.
So how kwa nini niache hii? Naendea hii.
No, let me
Which is
tell you
clean.
one thing.
Because
Raila did not learn. 2022 election. Do you know why Raila lost? He lost because he carried the bargain of Uhuru Kenyatta.
yeah.
And that is what he has done. He has repeated the same mistake. And Kasongo just used that thing. He got that narrative and painted that narrative. That all the problem of the government, he himself, he was the deputy, all those problems should be carried by who? The Handshake Brothers. Who are the Handshake Brothers? Raila Amolo Odinga. And that's why he lost the election. If Raila could not have done the handshake, he could have won that election.
But the society is called political science.
And now today he has done the same mistake again.
I don't think he wants that. And that's why he's
On the president.
You continue.
Not unless you say he does not want it.
I don't think.
But Raila wants it. If he fails, you yourself you have said that he will be back.
But this one,
If he
if he
fails,
fails
then
now,
you-
Baba cannot fail. Man. Addis Ababa want to change his name to be Addis Ababa. Now how is Baba going to fail? Where? Where is these questions of Eve coming from? Baba is going to
No, yeah, we
knock those people down. Even not people, one person, and he was almost
But you
giving
see,
it away.
politics is all about probability.
Bana,
Me, I wish him to win.
eh,
Wish him
And
to
he-
win because he is raising the Kenyan flag. That's him.
by the way, he'll win.
But the reasoning behind it, I disagreed with it.
I think whichever the case, whether politics or thing, if he gets in, he will benefit Kenya and East Africa. 'Cause at some
Come
point,
on, there is no way that Kenya is going to benefit.
although he will
How?
benefit more.
How?
Hakuna vitu hizo hiyo
He
kitu.
has been the infrastructure sijui commandeering the AU in infrastructure. Which road has he pushed for it to be built in Kisumu or in Nyando or in
It is only that the Kenyans give people job descriptions which they don't know. I
Let
don't
me
think
tell you.
his job was
Let
to
me
build
tell you.
roads.
The current AU
Chairman. What has
from-
he done is in his country
Yes,
to bring
exactly.
roads.
Exactly.
Because
He's
it's not his work. It
he's
is the
from-
government of that country.
He's from Mali.
It is from Mali. Is he anaitwa Mohammed something? It is
It's a very
Fa-
poor.
Farouk
It's a very poor country. So even if Raila becomes the AUs,
maybe will change.
nothing will change in this country.
Baba will change, bana. He's
Nothing.
you tested him. Bana. He has never even become a president, so that you see.
Anyway, Gachagua impeachment happened.
It was supposed to happen, and I really longed for it personally. Hiyo sivichangi. Yeah, as even Zakayo said in the other meeting in Western, he was unqualified, incompetent, and just not. From the moment I was in Team Zakayo, I was in Team Ruto. From the moment he picked Gachagua, I felt very bad. I did not shift because I'm always loyal.
So you are still
Hata kusalimiwa nilikuwa nachukua simu salimiwa. I don't greetings.
you are still loyal to this country.
Yes,
You still support Kasongo.
me and two others.
So the good thing at least you two, you are the two of you.
So actually Zakayo hata akina Kimani walimsaidia kumtolea huo mtu from the first hand kumpick. It was the worst decision he made for the Kenya Kwanza fraternity. That was worst thing. And qualified mtu ana ni mdomo tu.
But you see, it is alleged that before Zakayo took Rigiji as his running mate, our leaders from the mountain, they had their own cocoon and they did an election,
and he chose one.
and they chose one.
That is Kindiki.
That is Kindiki.
Yes.
So from the word go,
It is Kasongo who brought this man.
exactly.
Yes.
So if the people from the region that you are picking, that running mate, that deputy president, that who is going to be with you for the next 5 years, they are saying, don't pick this person, pick person B. But you, because you don't listen, you just pick person B. Then you come after 2 years, you tell us this person is incompetent.
Incompetent.
So who is to blame?
And that's why I'm saying
You see, some things that we do, and then you expect as a normal Wanjiku mwenye ako huko, mwenye alienda kutik, aliona nani? Hakuona Kindiki, aliona Gachagua.
Hata mimi nilitik.
This incompetent that you choose.
but it does not
This is what you gave us.
by the way, it does not mean that Wanjiku was happy with even me. I ticked Nini Gachagua.
Yes.
But ni vile the choice
But-
ya Mzito ndio
Ndio.
imekuja and we must go for election.
Then I believe Ruto could have lived with it because that was his decision. He knew, if he indeed knew, the people have voted against Gachagua. He himself is saying Gachagua is incompetent. Why choose an incompetent person as your running mate?
Na ndio maana nimesema akina Kimani did justice to Ruto by supporting the remove of Gachagua, because ningekuwa akina Kimani
But now
ningesema
you say-
ningesema Mzito tulikuambia from the word go mtu si mzuri.
But now you see, what happens? Who is suffering in this thing? In this game that they are playing, this political game? Who is at the losing end?
By Gachagua being impeached.
It's the people.
I don't think mwananchi Kenya tunapitia tu hata kama ni
taxes.
What
do you mean you don't think mwananchi? Do you know how much money that was spent to impeach Gachagua?
But I don't think
where does that money come from? It's from our taxes.
I don't think mwananchi anasafa Gachagua kwa nyumbani.
No. You cannot reason that.
That is
Listen. The other day Okiya Mtata said the senators were given 10 million each to vote against Gachagua. Kwanza unanyoroshwa yako 7 down payment.
Safi wa 3. Then to
alafu kisha vote unapigwa yako 3. Where do you think that money comes from?
It is from the government kit, the treasury.
Who is the government?
Sini gavasi kwa Ruto.
The government, where does the government get money?
From the mwananchi.
Exactly. That is our money.
But sasa,
so you make a very stupid decision to get a very incompetent person and then use money, our money, to remove that person.
To you, I would ask you, was it the replacement the worst than Gachagua? The replacement he did?
No, I don't have a problem with Kindiki. I have a problem with William Ruto, the person. So, because let's go back to history. He is not the first deputy president. Gachagua.
Yeah, he's the second.
He is the second. Who was the first deputy president? Ruto himself. He was the DP. He had a boss. His president. Who came out clearly. He does not support Ruto. And Ruto came up clearly. Akilima huyu jamaa. Sema yeye ni mlevi.
But we must agree this
later on in 2017.
I think Ruto.
Yes, in 2017 that's when Tangatanga was spread. Because William Ruto knew if I don't attack this government, I'm going to carry the blame and the baggage of this government. So what do I do?
But what I
when did the handshake happen? 2018.
Yeah, Ruto, 2018.
Exactly.
But
so since 2018, Uhuru Kenyatta, he was the commander-in-chief. He was at liberty of impeaching this guy.
Through a political movement.
Yes, through a political movement.
Process.
Yes, but he didn't.
So you see, wacha nikwambie.
So you want to tell me that Uhuru is so stupid that
not stupid. Actually, Uhuru wanted to remove Ruto.
Yes.
Let me tell you what happened. Ruto learned that mapema na akajipanga. That's why he was able to consolidate his MPs, his number, so that when huyu akijaribu inakuama. Number 2, I will correct you and you will judge me well if you see the interviews of Ruto when he was deputy president. Very many times hata alikuwa anafinywa sana mpaka na Hussein Mohamed kwa interview. Anaambiwa tuambie ukweli, are you people in good condition with Uhuru? He used to anaepa. Alikuwa anasema I have no problem with Uhuru. He just picked the person he wants amsaidie kazi na mimi sina shida tufanye kazi. Na hata alikuwa anasukuma mpaka tumejenga barabara, tumefanya nini, alikuwa anasema. Until the moment
no.
Aki, enda uangalie interview zake. Hata enda uangalie interview ya Hussein.
Yes, I agree, but you see he had what he called selective amnesia. So, Ruto used to support projects that are working. Anything that is not working, that is Uhuru's problem.
Now let me take you where I was going. That is what our
but anything that is working, that is my project. That is
Gachagua,
and that's how you could
Gachagua failed in that. Gachagua failed in that arrangement yenye Ruto alitengeneza mapema.
So ndio maana so you in short Ruto is more good in scheming than Gachagua.
Gachagua is useless in scheming.
Yes.
And he's surviving politically.
Yes.
He killed himself politically very early. He did not see the greater picture.
Gachagua he talks too much. That is
thank you very much. And now that is when Ruto akapata politically, can I remove this person? Yes, I can. Akona wabunge sijui 12, akona wabunge 5.
No.
Akapanga kazi, then with the money added thereafter ikaenda ikanyoroka vizuri.
Our money.
Yes. You see the politics
I don't think politically,
because even
Ruto could not have, he shouldn't have impeached Gachagua.
To me, he shouldn't have picked him from the word go.
Yes,
I don't know where he was looking,
but the fact that he picked him, he shouldn't have picked him.
For me, it was about ni siasa tu yenye
even in cautious him as a, you saw how Gachagua fought nail to everything.
It's not only him. Even the
yes,
other members.
it's not only him. But why did you pick him?
Even Kindiki was removed from being deputy speaker. As in watu waliumia wengi. So that's why I was scared.
And that's why I'm saying, but why pick him?
It is alleged this, and that's why I think he picked him. And this is siasa that we cannot control because it belongs to those.
He financed
there was a lot of finance capability from Gachagua. And again, compared to Kindiki,
the grassroots mobilizer.
Yeah, sasa Kindiki Tharaka Nithi utaleta. Even when he was appointed, uliona watu wa Tharaka Nithi walikuwa sita wakibika. Watu sita. Badala wabomoe Tharaka Nithi come to a standstill. As in mpaka waitishe even Kindiki.
But now you see, you have removed a grassroots mobilizer. Who you will need.
So Ruto solved the issue of running mates in terms of political, not mtu anafanya kazi like huyu jamaa ataniletea namba hata akileta tu Nyeri peke yake nikikompea na Tharaka wacha tu ikae. So he had to make that decision because at that point you are desperate for numbers. I agree with Ruto. Because even I wonder my boy professor cannot even go for homecoming jameni. Hata nani alikuwa anauliza the governor of Nyeri hata ni homecoming kwako umeogopa jameni,
ground ni moto. Now do you think that about the mountain is gone?
I think with Kindiki I've been seeing him holding more than 8 meetings in a day. I don't know what he's planning. Maybe it will work, but I hope it works. Inatakia Kindiki vizuri because to me, I have a strong belief.
No, leave alone Kindiki.
Kindiki is a performer.
Leave alone Kindiki.
He's a good partner.
Is the mountain gone?
Sindio nasema, if Kindiki continues with his 8 meetings in a day, let us see what it will bear. But I think inaweza gawa. Inaweza gawa, it cannot come back to Kindiki ati mtu wa Nyeri aseme Kindiki tosha. Ama mtu wa Murang'a aseme ati we stand up with our man Kindiki. The only Kindiki can do to Ruto,
you see what we
is
see what the electorate, what they will look at. They will not look at Kindiki. They are looking at who is with Kindiki, because Kindiki will not be the candidate.
And that is what he is doing by holding those meetings with MPs. Kama jana amekuwa sijui na watu wa Murang'a 6, juzi sijui amekuwa na watu wa Embu. They were 4, I've added 2. So they were 4. Maybe we are praying with time they'll become 6, 10, then.
Now, do you believe that Rigiji has taken over the mountain?
For now, ni kusema. Hata ukiona Ruto hawezi kanyaga, hata Kirinyaga, hata Keno, Ruto hawezi kanyaga. Hii kitu iko na Kindiki. Mount Kenya iko na Gachagua. But now he's trusting Kindiki. Na ni obvious ni anampea hiyo strategy. Kindiki is not a politician. Ni anampea strategy chika pesa, tafuta watu wawili wenye wanakusikia, kuanza ongea na wao. Radicalize, ongeza wawili hivyo. He is very busy Kindiki in Karen.
For me, but I think he's a bit late. But for me, I don't think that Rigiji is controlling the mountain. I believe that the mountain is a bit different. The mountain do not follow politicians.
That one I disagree.
I will tell you why, and this is my why. 2022, Uhuru had the Muthaiga, or what you call the leadership.
He was like the king.
He was like the king. He was like the Baba in Nyanza. But the people from the mountain, they did not follow him.
You know why? It is because Uhuru did not do what Gachagua is doing in Wamunyoro. He was reluctant.
He was not doing.
So they felt like hata ukiongozi wetu ana touch na sisi. Hiyo the touch of mwananchi from the grassroots. That is what is making Gachagua popular. Uhuru hata hii nini bibia yake hakukanyaga hata ikiwa Meru, Kinoru Stadium, anatuma akina Raila. People felt mtu hata hana haja na sisi.
But he used to conduct. He used to conduct those meetings that Kindiki is conducting.
Not as much as
in his State House.
State House.
State House aliita watu wengi sana. Have you forgotten?
I think Uhuru angeenda venye nani anashinda kwa gari juu.
Ni wana muziki wangapi wamekuwa state
Sasa
house?
wana muziki.
Those are the grassroots mobilizer.
Unaona Gachagua akibishana
My MCA.
Yes, my MCA na
MPs. Uhuru aliita my MCA.
I don't think as much as
he did.
He was very to say.
But the mountain, once it makes a decision, it's gone.
To say the truth, even the people from Akinababu win.
So you want to tell me that today, Gachagua, he decides, the problem that we had with Ruto, we have reconciled. Na sasa tunataka hii 2027 tunarudi sisi kama mlima tunapatia Kasongo kura. Do you think how many votes
na Kasongo asalimie Gachagua na mpaka amwambie
yes. Do you think that
ati maybe wapewe PS
the people of the mountain will follow him?
Have maybe wapewe PS Karongo
even if they bring Mombi and Gikoyo?
That is how wakikuwa na utaona. I swear.
I disagree.
You know why?
I don't think they will vote for him.
You know why?
I don't think they will.
When Gachagua was being impeached,
yes,
they were saying kufa dereva kufa makanga.
Yes.
In my thinking is kama mimi
who are they when you say
the ground?
Yes.
Mostly ilikuwa ile ya Mount Kenya. So what do I say? Namaanisha kama mimi na wewe hatutakikani.
And the people from the mountain, the so-called public participation, you saw it.
It was Dara, it was saying kufa dereva kufa makanga. This is where I want to take my point.
And in the mountain, what happened?
Si ndio nakwambia, they said that if Gachagua must go, then waende wo. This is my point. In this podcast of ours, watu wakasema hatutaki Nyaga. Kwa hiyo podcast Nyaga aende. As in like hatutaki hiyo podcast both Nyaga and Kangboy waende. Hatutaki hiyo podcast ikiwa na majamaa wawili. Then all of a sudden kukuja ya way that mimi naweza tolewa na nifukuzwe na kuru yetu na niende. Then wale watu walikuwa nasema Nyaga na Kangboy waende waanze kunifuata sasa mimi ndiye popular wanifuate. Are they genuine? They should be happy. Kangboy and Nyaga to go. Nyaga has gone. Let us focus on.
But you see,
so tribalism took the part. Ndio maana nakwambia hata Gachagua akasalimiana. People are become useless. They follow Gachagua because if they were genuine,
I don't think so.
If they were genuine, they would have said, Mungu ni mwema, tumetoa ng'ombe moja. Tunafuata ingi.
If we have to go with that reason, there was a handshake between Uhuru Kenyatta
and Raila.
Not even Raila. There isn't. The Ruto.
Yeah.
And Uhuru gave his commandeers, some of his commandos, to the government. Do you think Uhuru will take the votes of?
But we have just concluded for now, it is Gachagua. No,
Exactly.
Uhuru comes second. In this Mount Kenya, ni Gachagua.
But look at what happened in Embu.
And that's why people are not scared.
Let us go back
to Embu.
What happened in Embu when was it the bishop who was being inaugurated?
Yeah,
in Embu. The man of the moment was not even Gachagua. That time Gachagua had already been impeached, right?
Yes.
But the man of the moment in that event, how I saw it personally, was Uhuru Kenyatta.
Okay, let me tell you what happened. It is because Gachagua alikuwa shasema tumereconcile na Uhuru. So in the minds of people,
so who was the man of the moment?
Wacha nikwambie sasa nikupeleke vizuri. In the minds of people, watu waliona Uhuru ako kwa kambi yetu ya Gachagua.
Exactly.
That's why they cheered him.
Yes. And what happened?
So it is not him
after the handshake. That's why I'm trying to tell you the narrative that the people from the mountain, they don't follow the politician. The people of the mountain, they have already made up their mind. We don't want Kasongo. Okay. You get, whoever Kasongo is going to greet, we don't want him.
They don't.
And let me tell you for a fact, this is what is going to happen. My reasoning. When Uhuru did a handshake with Baba, they fall out, the people from the mountain, and they looked for their own key. In that scenario, the Gachagua became the key. So in this scenario, if Uhuru comes back again, ashatoka kwa gava, and he ameanza kurusharusha tu vitu pale kulimalima gava here and there, he starts getting the recession back from the people. Right? Then after that, he does another handshake with the enemy.
Yes.
So what does it do? The enemy becomes more unpopular to these people. And what does these people do? They go and look for their own king. At this particular juncture, who is the king? Gachagua, who has been impeached. Now, this is what is going to happen. If Gachagua today gets a handshake with Ruto, they will do away with Gachagua and they will look for their own king.
They don't have. Let me tell you.
They might not have now, but they will look for their own king.
Let me tell you.
Because you must agree, they don't follow the politician.
Let me tell you how they are emotional people of Mlima.
Exactly. And that emotional is what makes them not to follow the politician.
Let me tell you, and his statement itacancel hiyo yako. Wakati Gachagua alisema amereconcile na na Uhuru na kila kitu. Uhuru was cheered on in
Embu.
The moment aligreet na huyu ni mtu mnachia on just because Gachagua amewambia wako pamoja na ni mtu mmereject just 2 years ago
because the Gachagua was carrying the feeling of the people.
You see, wacha nikupeleke. Si wamekuwa wamemreject juzi tu.
Yes.
Sasa
nani wamemreject?
Wenye wanamchia on the ground.
Wali reject nani?
Si Uhuru.
Yes.
But they are now cheering him.
Why did they reject him?
They rejected him kwa sababu alikuwa anaunga baba na nani alikuwa amechukua mkono.
Exactly.
Do you know by the time we were going to election the kingpin of Mount Kenya was Ruto? Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Thank you very much. So, huyu mtu mmereject juzi kwa sababu Gachagua amesema wamesameana, mnamchia on. Then anaenda anasalimia Ruto, mnaanza kumchora cartoon na mumtaki.
Yes.
Juzi amefanya nini?
Because we vote emotionally.
Juzi kwa kanisa mahali mazishi ya his relative.
Yes.
Akajijua. Akaanza kusema
akaona ground moto.
Akaanza kusema nini? Now do this. Gen Z musikae chini mkinyanyaswa. They started cheering him. Yes. That is the dances that we don't want in Kenya.
What do you mean? That is the nonsense that we exactly need in Kenya.
No.
Because do you know why? Because the people have their own way of saying we don't want this. This is wrong. No. Whatever you are doing, it's wrong.
Atatuchezea.
So, according to you,
atatuchezea Uhuru.
Yes, and according to you, you want the electorate to behave the way the sorry to say, the Nyaza people follow Raila.
No, as in kama mtu ametukosea na tunachezewa game,
you see,
tunarudishwa.
So you want to tell me that electorate should be reasoning kama baba amesoma hiyo iko sawa.
No, not like that.
Kama baba amesema ndani iko sawa iko sawa.
No.
So that's the kind of reasoning that you want the electorate to have.
I have not said that.
That is what exactly.
Kwa nini mtu awachezee mumemchia on amesalimiana?
Yes, again, because this is our standing. Our standing is we don't want this government, right? So the moment you go and shake the government, you're not with us. But you're with them. But the moment you come to us, we say okay, he has reason again, he's okay. Amefikiria kidogo amerudi.
I think there is something that you are getting. By Uhuru kusalimiana na Ruto, si aligain na watu wake wakapata kitu. Si watu wake
individuals.
Yes. Na tujui mambo yake personal lazima ikuwe iliangaliwa vizuri. True or false?
Exactly, and that's why
I'm telling you. Si alitusoma ujinga, kwa nini sasa anatuonyesha tena Gen Z anatubembeleza na ametubetray juzi?
So who is the problem? Is it we the people or
yes, Uhuru? Because you should do away with Uhuru. He betrayed us by salimiaring Kasongo na akapeleka watu wake na mambo yake ya kisiasa ikaangaliwa vizuri. What are you telling us? Go away. We don't deal with you. Ulitubetray juzi. But now emotions zinafanya atitu ya kusema Gen Z changamuka. Sahi akaenda Embu tena atakuwa chia dona kutakalika.
Because he's with us. Why should you beat you when we are with you are with
us? But now what has he done? Amekulia na akatoka. So that is what Kenyan politics.
That is his personal interest. You must separate.
Out of you are nini? Out of you just amegain akawachezea na akarudi.
Which is true.
And that is the emotion that nakwambia. Sasa hizo ndizo Zakayo is dealing with.
But you see who is going. It's him. It's him who is going and coming back. It's not like the electorates are going and then they coming back.
But that is kusoma.
Listen.
So
What our argument is, the people from the mountain, they don't follow the politician. The politician follow the mountain.
I think I've argued enough to show that they followed Gachagua blindly. I don't think Gachagua has any idea for...
No.
Do you think so?
They did not follow him.
Do you think Gachagua has anything to gain from
No,
this idea?
no. Even if Gachagua will not even vie for any political
But
seat.
he's the one controlling now.
He's not controlling. Gachagua, he has come to the people. The people are out of the government. They don't want the government.
Na sinia nawaambia sijui napanga na MP.
According to you, when did the
Sahi.
fallout? When did the fallout of the people from the mountain with the government?
Si ni wakati Gachagua ametoka.
No.
Si ndio?
The people, leave alone even the people from the mountain. The fallout of the people from the government happened when the finance bill started. The finance bill 2020, not even the recent one,
Ile ya 2023.
ile ya 2023. That's when the government, the people started saying, we don't want this government.
But when Gachagua was defending it,
That was the nail on the head of the coffin. But the people had already gone.
but when Gachagua was defending it, si alikuwa ana defend vizuri na anachiwa.
Alikuwa na, but the people, were they following him?
Yes.
No.
Gachagua was controlling bado.
My friend. That's when the
Kuna
fallout
mtu amwaji
happened.
Gachagua mawe hii Mount Kenya hata akiwa gava ama akamwambia kambu akiwa gava.
I have never experienced that.
Yes. So ni ujinga tu, mtu alikuwa na kwa hiyo gava akiwa tesa, alikuwa anaamka mapema kuua watu, sijui anapiga picha 5, sijui watu wa baba, sijui this country must not itaporwa. Then the same person analimwa, anawadanganya sasa tuko na watu nilikuwa nasema vitu zinakataliwa, then tunamfuata. I think we should do away. Penye tu alikuwa anasema kufa ndereva kufa makanga. It would have been we kufia wa Munyoro. We don't have business with you. Watafute mtu wao. Lakini Gachagua took the advantage. Na amewaconvince tena.
But is
A
there
very bad person, corrupt, wanamfuata.
But you see, the people,
I think if they are
the
right,
people want to get rid of the president, but they don't have a way of
now
it.
you choose another worse. Because
They
even
want-
people are asking, surely we don't have Kasongo. Tuseme tujua wewe. Hata Raila aliuliza before atoke, aingie gava akasema. Gen Z, is Gachagua the solution? Okay,
No,
Ruto must go.
I'm not saying Gachagua is okay.
So
You
me
are
to me,
misunderstanding me. Gachagua is not okay. He cannot be the president of the Republic of Kenya. But look at it this way. So you want to tell me that
in short, Gachagua
if indeed Gachagua is the problem of this country,
not the problem of this country.
Yes.
It is actually the people of Mulima wanatusoma ufala.
by
Ile tu point
By
nakwambia,
voting the government.
kufa dereva kufa makanga, it should have wa Munyoro asaka wa Munyoro.
so how do you remove the president from this picture?
see the
You,
same process.
the Wanjiku. How do you remove the people, the president from the position that he is sitting?
How do you remove the Gachagua? It is the same process.
Through
The constitution way.
the constitutional way.
Yes, we have Karangu.
Through the voting of the members of parliament.
Yes.
Which members of parliament?
Si watu wa Mulima.
Watu wa Mulima wenye wote wako kwa executive.
Na wana wako kwa executive juu hata wao wamerealize watu wetu wenye wanatuvotianga. They follow people blindly. Juu sisi hatuko tunataka uwe mtu na tukamtoa, lakini watu wanatusoma ufara wakisema kufa dereva kufa makanga. Then the makanga that we have started by killing, they are now cheering him
now
out.
we want to kill the dereva.
Yes.
How do we kill the dereva?
By joining hands again.
But there are roadblocks. You cannot impeach the president without the National Assembly. How will you impeach them?
If Gachagua was impeached, nakwambia the process is the same.
It was impeached because Ruto sanctioned.
Yes.
Yes.
Now-
because the executive holds the National Assembly.
Now somebody
Can you agree with that?
Now somebody from
Do you
an
agree
MP,
with that?
An MP. Yes,
Yes.
and it is Gachagua who allowed that. Then nilikuambia kitambo hakujipanga mapema.
So you are blaming Gachagua that Kimani Ichung'wah is following
Actually,
Ruto.
not only me, even Nini called him a fool. The second gen of Nini of Jubilee. It is he anakula mandimu zake alijitengenezea. Yeye mwenye. First,
So
kulimana
it's-
ovyo ovyo na mdomo mingi.
it's the brain-
Secondly, unalimana hivyo na una watu
So venye Kimani Ichung'wah analima wananchi akisema
si
wanajiandaa.
wananchi.
You
Gachagua
are blaming Gachagua.
Gachagua hakuwa analima wananchi. Gachagua alikuwa analima.
Nasema Kimani Ichung'wah. Si umesema you are blaming Gachagua, Kimani Ichung'wah is supporting Ruto. That's
No,
what you
I'm
are
not saying. I'm blaming Gachagua because he did not have his people.
Yes. And his people went where?
Yeah, alitusi hao watu wote. By the way, it was personal.
Allegedly.
So angejipangia that level, maybe hata hiyo mandereva na makanga wangekuwa, because we would have been having people who are mwananchi oriented. But these people, out of their political survival na mambo yenye wanapitia politically through Gachagua, they had to take a position of a very
political survival.
How
many do you think they will survive?
In kwa ground?
Yes.
2 years are many. I normally say that.
Yeah. How many do you think
I think they can survive.
You think they will survive? Okay.
Several.
Let's wait and see. So, going back to the conversation, why Kasongo cannot be impeached? The IBC. We don't have the IBC.
According to today's report, zinasema what is remaining ni Kasongo now to appoint the IBC commissioner. The IBC to appoint the IBC, the people who are going to vet in the IBCs, the quotas given anyway, imeallow hao watu wenye walikuwa wamechaguliwa na political parties and what have you to take now the seat and start doing their work.
But there is a court case.
Hiyo court case sasa imemalizwa leo. There are some news that the court has allowed the process to continue.
Augustine has been allowed.
I don't know the name, but according to the news,
Koki and there was Augustine Koki.
I think the
so
case
the
was
Kokis
today.
have reconciled.
I think because these are the news. The court has allowed the Nini to continue. Where did I?
How long have you been running?
Hiyo kwanza ya Nini imekuwa moto.
Bwana director.
Inaenda wana.
Tumekula sana time hapo ya Nini.
Yobakisha 30 minutes.
Mahakama
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Okay.
Mahakama yaidhinisha kamati ya uteuzi ya IEBC. Rais Ruto anatarajiwa kuteua rasmi wanakamati hao. Then ndio wa vetting the commissioners.
The commissioner. Okay. At least there are some good news there.
And I think it is alleged that it is what Kalonzo and his people, Kalonzo had his candidate and Jui was me or another one.
You see, Kalonzo fails to get one thing right. He never gets most of his things right.
But before you continue, unfortunately, Gava ndio yule ilikuwa inasemekana Kasongo ndiye amekazia IEBC. But it is okay now, continue.
Pia Gava, there is another case that was filed in Kiambu.
About?
The IEBC, the same IEBC. There is another roadblock.
They had not agreed with their candidate.
I think the Gava chose what do you call it?
Interim.
Not interim. Wametumia mtu kuweka kakesi.
Ndio ikae.
Yes, in Kiambu. There is another case. You heard Sifuna talking about it.
But it was a narrative of Kalonzo akisema ati.
No, there is another case. I have that clip. Sifuna talking about it. There is another case of
but I think when imeidhinishwa, then even that case is now iko nyuma. We love the IEBC maybe.
Yes. Time. Now, will we see once the IEBC has been formed? Will we see a lot of recalling of members of parliament? We expect that.
As in wananchi waanze kuandika nini?
Yes, the recalling of the member. There was a case that
wa Munyoro,
a member of parliament survived because, leave alone that one. That was the second one. There is another case that I don't know, a member of parliament from where? Was it from the Kisiland or somewhere?
Okay, I don't think
ikafika mpaka kotini, and they said that we cannot verify the signature for recording this member of parliament because we don't have an IEBC.
Okay, for me, anything that naonanga kwa screen, I don't think it just like the way it is. Najiulizanga maswali behind the scene, the political force that is behind. So depending on mwenye anataka huyo mtu atoke kwa hiyo constituency, depending on the muscles to mobilize and the urge to get into parliament before 2027, kama hataona time imeisha, wacha ni go to 2027. Depending on those factors, mtu anaweza jipata ametoka. Just people from Mlima, anyone who is associated with UDA is hanging on a very thin line. So ukaweza kumobilize watu pamoja, signature nini na wa drive, ujue venye zitafika mahali zinafaa, the legal process. It can happen in many constituencies. It will be determined by those who really want it to happen, but not necessarily being determined by the feeling of mwananchi there. I don't think mwananchi is so much concerned na kutoa mtu other than kuona vitu zikifanyika. As we approach 2027,
okay, I believe mwananchi anataka kuona mabadiliko ya kutoa mtu, but I don't think mwananchi anataka go through the process of kuimpeach mtu.
But ukimtrigger
mwananchi anataka kufika mbaya
2027 kutoe vizuri. But ukimtrigger tu hizo feeling na amekasirika aoni chochote, na ukuwe na some financial muscles na mobilizing muscles, anaweza ingililia aseme miaka 2 pia ni mingi, wacha atoke.
I think we should I'm really anticipating to see such.
Itafanyika juu si hata
kwanza Kimani Ichung'wah kwanza.
Yes, some people wa kwanza atakuwa huyo wa Munyoro, huyo MP, because Gachagua is there and the boy is talking nonsense everywhere. I don't think Gachagua can wait for 2 years. I think atafanya mambo hiyo nayo lazima atoke.
That will be very interesting to watch. But the good thing is, now, do you think Kasongo will appoint those commissioners?
Again, just as I say, everything
because considering whatever we have just discussed, that there are possibility he can even lose his majority.
Who, Kimani?
Yes. If IBC is in place.
Okay.
That is highly, because most of the pro Gachagua supporters and everything, they are really devastated by Kimani Ichung'wah.
Okay.
Because even the guy is always insulting them.
Let me.
In the morning, in the evening.
You see, government in government. Yes. Some things in our eyes can happen, but government has its ways of delaying things and making this. Ni kama hii IBC venye tumesema. By the way, our commissioners wataappointiwa wakati Ruto atakuwa sure.
He's very comfortable.
Hao watu nimeleta ni watu wangu, tunaelewana na safari ya 2027 now is clear. Not out of the feeling of people ama koti. So ndio nakwambia hata Kimani au IBC after Ruto ameona na amekaa chini na Kimani wanaweza agree let our commissioner. But even if they correct signatures, utapata vitu sponsoring cases katikati. There was
it will go for 2 years.
Yes, unasikia there was no enough public participation during the removal of Kimani. Nini sijui hivyo. Then with time unapata Kimani will reach to 2027. So I don't think that would scare.
But IBC will have a lot of effect on the ground.
I don't think it will scare Ruto to determine the commissioners.
It will scare.
He can do his things to delay.
If indeed there was the political will of having IBC in place. You remember when Ruto was saying within next weeks, next 2 months, the IBC ndakuwa
inategemea wenye umeweka
in place. If there was the political will, trust me, hata hiyo kesi ingeisha.
Ni ndio juu kuweka angeweka blindly.
Because there is no political will.
Yeah.
And that's why even after this court case has been settled, I don't think he will appoint the commissioners immediately.
Yeah, he will take his part until wakati ata appoint, ujue hao ni watu ako very sure hawataniangusha. There are people, yani ni watu wenye hata cases zikitoka wa Munyoro za signatures, jamaa tu inasema there are some signatures which were fake, wana manipulated, so hiyo process irudiwe tena, such things. Yani mtu ako hapo juu ya Zakayo si nini. So until he find that situation that nimekafunga, tutagoja sana au commissioner.
So Next election, will it be rigged?
As Sudi, the uneducated doctor,
Yes.
says, I will agree with him. It's very difficult to remove a sitting president.
But will it be rigged?
Of course, I don't think people will support Ruto the way they supported him last year. So I sense some plans of rigging, and it will start with the appointment of the commissioners.
Thank you. So, episode number 001, we are out. Check out in our next episode, and of course, msisahau kusubscribe na kufinya hiyo notification button.
Support mingi zikuje kutoka mashinani Nairobi mpaka huko kwa Joho. Bwana mtu support bwana. My friend, tupatie ni support. Sasa Kasongo ndiye president. Tutakaa naye miaka 6. Support manzi. Kama mbaya,
We are out.